Hey, lovers of game and story, I'm your host, Pop Sparkle Doom. And we're diving back into the blueprints. So, also have some, what do you call it, laundry to air? It's not really laundry to air, it's just some channel updates, really. So, I will not be streaming for a while. How long, I'm not quite sure. I want to work on a project to kind of upgrade the channel. So, I don't know how much I want to spoil of it, but it is going to take a while to actually put together. And then hopefully upgrade the channel with something quite interesting, I hope. Hope you guys like it. But for now, let's get into our little last episode for streaming. I'll probably still be uploading stuff onto YouTube if you want to go and watch there further, but it will be sporadic and it will be in my own time when I am available to continue playing. And I'll probably still be continuing this game. I was thinking of starting a new game, seeing that this one is kind of unending. I might just go, let's say, up till episode 20 for now and then continue with it after that, which is 2 or 3 episodes or something like that. I do have an episode that I did not share yet, which is the one where I went in the tomb and I unlocked some goodies. I finally found out how to burn stuff, and that was quite exciting. I don't think I'm going to do schoolhouse now, so let's just do tool shed. If I can get this thing sorted, the major sledge, we might be able to get into some new places. So let's take the sledgehammer. Hopefully I can get the battery. If we need to, I'll save the battery or something like the lever. And then just reroll until, not reroll, redo the days until we get the upgraded sledge. And then I can go and tear down some things, like slightly unstable walls, which I think will be a bunch of fun. But yeah, I've just felt like stuff had become a little bit monotonous and I haven't really seen much of a growth in my channel since I started in December of last year. So I thought, you know, instead of just repeating the same thing, why don't I just try something different? And that is exactly what I'm going to do. So with that difference, and this might be a bit of a very obvious clue, you might not be seeing my face again, but we'll see how it pans out. Okay, all of this is super expensive, so I'm not gonna do anything yet right now, but it's good to know. Hey Moon Nougat, welcome to the stream. Oh, my dog is coming here behind me. How are you doing? How fun indeed. How was your week so far? Hey, Big Ed. Welcome to the stream. Are we crushing it? Wonder what is being crushed there. We are crushing it. I'm glad you're doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I am in the mood to try new things. I think we don't go into the freezer right now. I'm in the mood to try new things, so my channel will get an update at some point in the future, which means I need to spend some more time away from streaming, but I'll still be uploading to YouTube, so that will happen, but that will happen super sporadically. I don't know, this will actually stay up. That's pretty cool. Look at this little piggy. Look at the cute little piggy. It's a piggy with a halo in the chapel. I'm seeing this game, the gameplay is hard to decipher. Oh, so Big Ed, were you thinking of getting the game? So do you want me to run you through kind of the idea of what's going on in this game? I can do that for you if you'd like. I would say at the base, the game itself is pretty hard to decipher. Okay, so the idea that we have here, right? You see this section here, there's rooms here. So you're trying to get through the antechamber here at the end. That's kind of apparently the tutorial, which took me like 16 freaking episodes. And to do that, you have to put down certain rooms, and the rooms are drafted. They're kind of super random. So if you are willing to invest a lot of hours, I can recommend this game. If you're not, I would say try and find other what do you call it, other puzzle game, just because you don't know precisely when you're going to be able to get the stuff that you need or the rooms that you need to solve certain puzzles. But as you're going through each room, you are trying to figure out what's going on in the house and not just get to the antechamber. And you're trying to find new rooms to add to your deck of cards, so to speak. And some of the rooms have puzzles in it, like this one. This is one of the slightly harder puzzles. Well, it took a while for me to get. So here, for instance, that is a third of a 9 is 3. Okay, a third of a 20 I'm not going to figure out, but the blue is plus, the pink is multiply, so multiply by 3, so then you don't have to divide, and then it's just 20. So there might be a murder mystery, but I'm not quite sure yet. There's definitely a mystery element to this game where you're trying to figure out like this deeper, what can I tell, story going on behind it, but they are giving you hints every now and then to give you an idea of what's going on in the world. But it seems like a political mystery, if I can say it. Like, we're in a country of some sort, and I'm kind of spoiling a lot of stuff, but we're in some kind of country that has seen a lot of political things happen. And this family whose house this is seems to have had some dealings in what happened. And we're not... Well, I haven't gotten to the point where I'm completely sure what it is, because sometimes you find a book. The one book, let me bring it up quick. Oh, I also just have to make sure this sticks on top. Okay, there we go. So here's my notes. So let's go to... I just closed books. Oops, I'm gonna open it up quick. So yeah, here's my normal crazy notes. Okay, it's still up. Okay, cool. So you'll find a bunch of books in the game that teach you some of the mechanics and some of the puzzles and different stuff with the backstory. So here's one of the backstories. But as you can see, the pages are heavily redacted, and I haven't been able to find the book that wasn't redacted. Oh, okay, kind of like archiving research history, like detective. Yeah, it's like you're uncovering the history of this world, but it is slow going. It's like super slow going, which kind of made me want to quit the game a couple of times. But I think I'll just go slower at it and not try and force myself to finish the game. Because, again, it's the randomness of picking this room. So you start here in the entrance hall, and you can go into 3 doors. So you go in the beginning, it's pretty easy. You don't really need keys. You can use gemstones to get into certain rooms, but later on you need more keys. And later on, sometimes you need special card, or you need to put the power off and go and change stuff in the security. It might be my type of game. You can definitely try it out. I would recommend trying it out, especially because it has deep lore, but you might end up bashing your head. Okay, but then again, I did this with as little tips as I could. One of the people who have been watching my videos did ask for a tip, so, well, no, it gave me a tip. Kind of unsolicited, but if they didn't, I think I would have been very stuck. So I'm not gonna be too sour about that. And another friend of mine gave me like a very soft tip. Just research, so I'll be probably fine. Yeah, if you research, you'll be able to get probably some tips on how to progress quicker into the game and not get so frustrated. So that's times 6. So here on this thing, you'll get, this is the 333 and doubles. Yeah, so research, so I'll probably be fine. Enigma of Fear style. It is a little bit of Enigma of Fear because you never meet a lot of the people, you just hear about them. And I don't know if there's really horror elements, but there's like culty elements. There's definitely like culty elements. Like there's like a room that looks like you can do rituals in it, but it's a puzzle room that just looks very ritualistic and stuff. So I'm trying to solve this puzzle just so I can get something behind it. So you see this in the middle. That diamond is sometimes just a square. If it's a square, you do the square of a number. If it's a diamond, you reflect the number, which I didn't know for a while. I just thought this was a different square. Okay, so we've got 3 here, and yellow meant minus. So 3 times 3 divided by 3 is 3 minus 3 is 0. Is that multiplier? And then minus... No, that doesn't make sense. That's 3. And then this one is multiply by 3. No, that's yellow. Let me just double check what yellow is. I think yellow is minus. Yellow is minus 3. But that would be multiplied. Oh, but it will be 1 multiplied by 3, but that's 3. Because it's a third of 3 multiplied by 3, that's just 3. That's 0. But that doesn't make sense because 6... You can't get a number like that. Let's assume that's 1. I don't know why I'm going to assume that's 1. That's 2. 2 times 6 minus 2. 2 times 6. 12 is just 10. I think that's 10. Let's see if I'm right. I might be wrong. No, I was wrong. But we don't need to do this puzzle right now. But this section will open up. And yeah, this puzzle just gets harder and harder the further you go in. And for some reason, I just get stuck on this for too long sometimes. And then I get frustrated. One of my friends just skips this puzzle completely because it can be so frustrating. So as you can see here, my gems and my gold is actually frozen. And that is because I used the freezer. And the reason why I wanted the freezer is because I'm looking for the furnace. But the furnace room, I need to get, I think, within these spaces right here for it to be able to unfreeze the freezer completely. I have not been able to do that in, what's it now, 70 days of playing this game. Like, legit. I've not been able to do it. So if I can somehow summon a furnace when I go through it, that would be amazing. So that's where the frustrating thing of this game comes in. And it's that you have no clue if this day is going to pan out or if you're going to get anything. But when you do, it's amazing. And it's... Okay, that I'm not even going to pick up. So this is the compass. It forces you to draw rooms that go up to the north, which is not exactly what I'm looking for. This is the workbench where you can combine certain items. I don't know if you can combine the sleeping mask with anything, but you can combine, let's say, sledgehammer with 2 other items to get a super sledgehammer, and you need that to be able to access certain things. I have not been able to get that one. I was able to craft something that creates fire, which I did in my last episode, which is not up on YouTube yet, and it's not up on Twitch, because I did that one in my free time. Security. I'm just hoping I'm getting... Okay, now we're closed off. I don't have enough gems. Oh, I have enough gems, but it's frozen, so I can't access it. Okay. So this is what I mean. So now we haven't even reached antechamber even closely. So what I'm going to do is just call it a day. And this is kind of where it kind of gets a bit repetitive, but it depends where the payout is. So one other thing that I will show before I continue is just the outside. So there's the outside to the house, right? Which you can see from here. And I don't want to spoil too many of like the secrets. Why do I keep on getting these robo phone calls. Some of them even wake me up. It's so frustrating. At least it's on silent. So this is the exterior. And as you can see here, here's a nice reflecting pool, which they call the fountain. You can make a wish there if you want to. Your character sleeps outside in a tent because the house shuffles every night. Tent is down here somewhere. And then there's also like an apple orchard that you can't access from the beginning. I think you can open this gate. I'm not sure yet. There is a cave there that you can eventually access. I don't want to spoil too much if you guys want to ever try out the game. But yeah. And here's another place that you can eventually enter if you figure out what the combination is right here. And then you can do stuff here. But all that means is that there's more to this game than just the house. And that by itself says a lot. Or maybe too much. As you can see, there's something down there, which I'm not going to go into right now, but that's another unlock. And there's like a bunch of unlocks. If you find a certain item, know where to use it, a certain time and place, you get access to something new. And then here's another room. It's an outdoor room that I unlocked at some point, which allows you to spawn a room that can help you with your run. And it can be also they are drawn from a specific different pool. So let's say I'm taking the shrine. Shrine, you can come and put in money. I think the amount of money you put in changes what the shrine gives you. Like here's the high roller. Each time you draw off the shop room, gain 1 dice, which allows you to re-roll rooms. Gain 5 extra coin each time you roll a dice. And yeah, that's a blessing that lasts for 3 days. So even if it doesn't help us today, it might help us tomorrow or the day after that. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, another thing I changed on my channel recently, it's a bit on topic, off topic, was just so that people who come along can only join chats if they've been here for like a week. I've been getting way too many like randoms coming in here and just taking over the channel. I love you guys because you've been supporting me with actual comments and interest in the game and just giving me something to talk about. I love that. But some people come in and they don't add anything to the conversation and they just want to take over the channel or want something free. They always want something from you because we only have the stage hammer at the moment. But let's leave that alone. Okay, so here's a conservatory. So the conservatory actually allows you to edit your deck, so to speak. Yeah, there are so many annoying trolls. I'm sure you also get them, Moon. I'm sure you also get them. They're annoying, especially. I'm sure. Have you gotten the artists on your channel who want to sell you art, and then you just remind them you yourself are an artist? Okay, let's see. So here in the conservation, you can change how regularly or how easily you can get a room. Yeah, even me. I'm not big, but I feel like I've already gotten like 6 people come past who wanted to sell stuff. Only one that came just to ask for free stuff. So that was its own thing. Okay, so office, opportunity to earn and spread coin. So now you get the choice to make it commonplace, standard, unusual, or rare. So the office was very important for a specific puzzle, but I don't necessarily want to make it commonplace because of its cost. Meaning, if it's too commonplace, I might draw it too easily and then I won't be able to get access. I'm gonna make this one standard because it might be able to work out better standard than unusual. No, I don't know. It's still a dead end. So let's keep it at unusual. And then the cloister is amazing, but it costs a lot. So I can't make it commonplace, but I might want to make it standard. It's amazing because it gives you a lot of exits. And this way you can either edit your deck in a way that completely breaks your game, and you can't do much about it unless you go back and edit it again by getting the specific room, or by finding new rooms wherever they are left. Let's see. If I can get something else I'm looking for. So I'm looking for a laboratory, but I'm also looking for another room which is like the power source. If I can connect the laboratory and the power source room together, I can finally power the laboratory, which I haven't been able to do for ever because there's usually rooms in between that don't carry power and nonsense like that. I think corridor doesn't carry power. Does hallway carry power? I'm not actually sure if it does. Actually, don't want to lock off that area yet. Oh, so there's also a lot of logical thinking. There is a lot of logical thinking. And I think that's what got me very hooked on this game. There's puzzles, but it's also you have to logically think your way through to the end so that you don't just end up wasting moves. So at the moment, I've got 62 steps, for instance. So you've got a max amount of steps, certain amount of keys, certain amount of gems, certain amount of cash. You can get all of them in the game as you play. I just want to see. Oh, it was opening that one. Okay, cool. So this is the Chamber of Mirrors. You have to solve it by opening it from all 4 sides, or at least have access to 3 of the sides, usually. I think this one opens back there. What does it give us? Coin. I'll come back for this room. But yeah, there's so much you have to think of in this game while you're playing it. Okay, we're already blocking ourselves off. Oh, no, we're not blocking ourselves off, but the laboratory is not going to be accessible. That's kind of what I thought was going to happen. Okay, so here's another puzzle. This one I can probably solve. So this is one of the rooms that keeps on coming up, but it gets harder. So this is the 3 boxes. One of them, at least one of them is always false, and at least one of them is always true. 2 of them could be true, but you have to figure it out for yourself. So you have to read the statements to try and figure out the puzzles. A false box contains the gems. The black box is true. So if these 2 are true, this one has to be false. The black box is false. So this one could be false. The false box contains the gems. So, but, yeah. If this one contains the gems, the black box does not contain the gems. Therefore, this one could contain gems. Meaning, this one could be true. That means this one can also be true. So, I would imagine it's in this box. But I don't want to do it yet, because I've upgraded the funeral parlor. You get desks that you take to computers to upgrade certain rooms. And in this case, I upgraded the funeral, the parlor to the funeral parlor, that for each red room, I get another gemstone in one of those boxes. I think this is okay to put the passageway up. It's a bit of an expensive one, but it does open up in all of the directions. So this is something that moves the power along. This room does not have it, so you can't use that to channel it around there to the laboratory, I mean. So the laboratory is cut off, but the Chamber of Secrets allows you to draft a second copy of any room that we have. So it's not impossible that we do the laboratory eventually in any way. Gymnasium is the only one that's going to let us through. If you go through it, you lose 2 steps. There is a way to put the power off in this room, and then you do not lose the 2 steps. So it's stuff like that. This interesting little interactions between all of the rooms that make the game very much replayable. So yeah, I got a order placed, but I think I think this is also upgraded mailroom. Usually you have to come back here to get the parcel, but because I upgraded it, now I get the parcel when I start the next day. Yeah, it is a lot of thinking. Like, I enjoy it because it's a lot of thinking, and I hate it because it's so random, because I know how to solve a bunch of puzzles, but I can't. Because I'm waiting for certain setups. But there's people who have, I think, 100%ed this game already. I have just not gone and checked out their gameplay because I don't want anything to be spoiled for myself. That is a billiard room. Maybe I can solve this one. Some of them are still a little bit easier. Okay, so that is 14. That is 4. 5 is 15. Minus 9. Minus 3. Times 3 is 1. No, wait. It's minus. Oh, that's just going to make it plus again. So we're going to ignore the minus. So 3 times 3 is 9. Plus 10 is 19. No? Oops. That one was wrong. This was 15, yeah. Let me try this again. That should be minus 3. Minus 3. Oh, why am I multiplying and getting to plus? That's incorrect. I'm being silly. So that's minus 3 times 3 is 9. That was minus 9. Plus 10 is 1. There we go. Yay, solved one. And then you get some extra keys. Sometimes you get special keys. Some of the special keys allow you to get to special rooms. Some of them allow you to bring or open specific rooms. I don't really want to go to the classroom now. Let's go to open a bedroom. But yeah, in a run, you might see a lot of new stuff if you've not played the game. But if you've played the game a lot, you might not see anything new because the game is just not giving you anything new. I've got a lot of cash to spend, so let's do the commissary. So some of it just causes some tedium. We can buy a bunch of bananas. Let's do a set of gems. Key. Another key, maybe. I've got enough steps for now. Now let's do another key. Sometimes this place also spawns other stuff, like the shovel and the sledgehammer that I have now. Actually, I wonder if you can use the wind-up key for something else. Not sure. But yeah, the game is filled with mystery, like, and it's unending mystery. But the chapel here. I wonder how much cash is in this little piggy bank. So the piggy bank is something that you unlock by doing something in this room, which I'm not going to say. I think I've already spoiled a lot. But you have to look around the rooms, and then sometimes you see stuff in this room, for instance, that you use in another room. So you just have to take a freak ton of notes. And I have that freak ton of notes. Like a never-ending notebook. But in the beginning, the first couple of episodes were kind of maybe boring for a lot of people to watch because I was just stopping and taking notes everywhere. So here we've got a computer. So what this computer does in the security room is allow you to change the security level. So we're going to change it to high, meaning there's going to be more security rooms that require a special keycard. But if we can put the power off, those rooms will now be automatically unlocked. I'm just hoping that works out. Sometimes you don't get the room that puts the power off. I don't think we're gonna get very far, but let's see. Mount Holly gift shop. I don't have any cash for that. Don't want to do a storeroom there. Okay, West Wing Hall is not too bad. And then there's other things. So you'll see like drawings here, and these drawings are on basically every room. There's something to it. There's something to it. Ooh, a code check. And I put the keycard in the code check. Okay, so the code check allows you to save items in between runs. I'm gonna grab this one. Check. I'm gonna grab the keycard, and then I'm gonna check the sledgehammer. Because I still want to combine the sledgehammer with stuff. And then I'm gonna come back here. Actually, I don't even have to do this, actually. You know what? I don't even have to do this. I was thinking I need to keep the stuff powered, but they will be kept powered, so... But as you can see, if you're uncertain and make moves and not take your time considering stuff, you just lose steps. And steps are super important because they are what are going to get you to move further in the game. Sometimes you get fruits that add to the steps. Sometimes there are rooms that also add to your steps, or certain mechanics that add to your steps. You can do a vault. Veranda. Greater chance of finding items in green rooms. So this is the breaker box. This is the one where you can put the power off. So you can use the breaker box along with the security room to be able to access some of those other special rooms later on. I am gonna do vault. So vault is a place where you can get a bunch of coins, but it is a dead end. And there's like small things that you have to take into account when you walk around. Like, yeah, you see a date that changes every day. And here there's a bunch of lock boxes. I've only opened up 2 of them. And yeah, for instance, a rook. There's like stuff that they leave. And here's a picture. There's stuff that they leave around in the game that you use to solve other puzzles. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, but it's also very frustrating. Which is kind of why I felt like just dropping the game, or at least taking a break from the game, because it was just eating in my time. And also, I haven't gotten that much interest in this game, unfortunately. I guess because, in part because the channel is still very small. But that's fine. I'm gonna really complain about that. So we're gonna buy a bunch of gems. I think I need at least... Okay, that was the last key. As for the people who have been following along so long, yeah, or on YouTube, I have appreciated it. It's a bunch. Thank you for everyone. Okay, let's try, I think den or corridor. Den will get me to the side. Corridor will be safer. So if I take den and the room doesn't go up or that way, it's dead. But if I take corridor, if the room goes this way, or this way, I'm fine. As long as it's not a dead end. So that's kind of other stuff that you have to take in mind when you are picking rooms. We can do Rumpus's room. I haven't done a Rumpus room in a while. Rumpus room gives you like a fortune telling thing, which is pretty cool. But let's just do Rumpus room. I actually wanted to see, because this is the one thing that I have not actually went and done in between, because it's kind of cool to share. So let's go and see some of the weird stuff. Okay, that's everything I can collect in this game. Let's give the great Alzara, who I call Alakazam, a coin to tell us our future and our fortune. Hmm. That would be dope if I ever get there. That's your character, by the way. By the great Alakazam. Yo, either you get stood up or they are dead. Yeah, so let's look at the family tree. I think your mother might be alive, but I'm not sure. That's your mother, as far as I know. This is your uncle who gave you the inheritance of the house. This is your mother's mother and father, and so on. So there's more people to... There's someone missing there. But yeah, this is Mount Holly family tree. But yeah, I don't know if any of them are still alive. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like that. Plus it kind of tells you to expect more stuff. Just by the way, these hats, I still don't know if there's any meaning to them, but I keep finding them everywhere. I just felt like there's no point to the hats eventually. So we can do the rotunda. That's going to give me access to everything I need. Pretty cool room. But they could have literally just given you 3 entrances or 3 exits instead of having to press a button. Unless there's something else hidden in this room that I'm missing. But yeah. It could have just been a normal room. It's pretty cool though. Pretty cool though. And we have the shovel so we can dig. And okay, so here's something else. So this room does not exist in the beginning. This is the foundation. Eventually you find a way to draw the foundation. I can't remember if it's something I put into the deck or if it just happens by accident. And then you get this thing. And you can't access this thing because it's up there for a long time until you figure out how to get it down. Okay, we still have keys. I've actually used fewer keys than I thought I would. And there's our key. Vestibule. Whenever you enter vestibule, 3 doors in this room unlock and the 4th one becomes locked. Don't think I want to do that right now. It's just so costly. Let's just do the guest bedroom and get some extra steps. And yeah, there's like a bunch of notes and stuff around the game if you want to learn more about the lore and about what's going on, because there's definitely a very deep mystery going on in this game. And I would like to say I've been putting it together, but definitely don't feel like I've been putting it together. So yeah, you can see the antechamber and there is a door there. So if you get a straight way through, you can get to that door, but the door is not open. You have to find a way to open the doors. To observatory. And I have not seen one of those ways to open one of those doors yet in this session. But I've gotten there and I've gotten to the room 46, which is part of what you're looking for. Oh no, not more dead ends. Okay, well, at least stuff is cheaper. But that's not going to help us really. See, here's another little knight. I wanted to call it a rook, and I was like, nah, that's not a rook. That is very much a knight. Okay, so here's the furnace. I would have liked to draw the furnace when I still had a freezer. I do not have a freezer. We're more or less locked in unless we go through the rotunda. So let's take this chance just to get this room. Salt shaker, if you eat stuff, it adds... if you eat stuff, you get bonus movement. So there was something else I was supposed to get in here. Did I pick up 4 things? Oh, there we go. Car keys, which we're probably not going to use. What was this thing again? I cannot remember. Probably not that important. Car keys. Oh, the salt shaker. So the salt shaker does help you increase your movement. Anyway, we're going back to... Actually, we can use the rotunda to try and expand a bit. Okay, I wish I could do the drafting room because the drafting room allows you to add more floor plans like these to your deck, which you eventually need. Oh, I understand. Sorry, I was confused. So the rotunda itself does move around, but it does another feature. It allows you to rotate floor plans. Not that it's going to help you. Yeah. Servant's quarter. Also not going to help. No, wait, it's going to give us a bunch of keys. It is going to help. And it counts as a bedroom, and because we've got the mask, we're getting extra steps. So, for instance, yeah, another thing, like, if you're looking around, you have to be kind of very, how can I say... What is the word? You have to just look very well. That's what I want to say. Because you might miss stuff like this. Look everywhere and not see that. And that seems to be important. I haven't gotten to the point where I use it, but it seems to be important. Okay, we're not going back yet. I just want to see if there's a way out here. Otherwise, I am just going to start a new day. At least there was one new thing that I saw through the vision, which is pretty cool. West Wing. Fine. At least I can fill in this room. Okay, so if I can get up here, I'll be happy because I am still missing 2 of the drawings that are in these 2 rooms. So I can figure out the drawing puzzle. Conference room. Maybe just storeroom. So I can get a gem. And a key, but I'm more interested in the gem because I might draw a room here that requires a gem to get further. Please do not be a dead end. It is a freaking dead end. And this happened because I went to the observatory. Again, I didn't make it here. Okay, so here's another interesting room. So by the library, you get to take out certain books. I've gotten through all of the books, but I'm missing 2, it seems. And you'll take this, and then you'll get this book the next time you get back here. So close! It's so far. Okay. Let's call it a day. I think I'll do at least 2 more days. Hopefully one of them will pan out. But yeah, at the moment I'm actually learning how to use Blender for that thing that I want to make, that I want to add to the channel going forward, which might make the channel a bit more interesting and appealing. Interesting for me as well, because in parts it will allow me to act a bit, which sounds like fun. And it's not that I'm an actor, but you can always learn. And I did some classes. I've done some drama classes, so to speak. I've been on stage before. Once in an actual role, and the once I was just in the backstage dancing in one of the shadows. Okay, here's another one of these. Sleeping mask and magnifying glass. Okay, so the magnifying glass allows you to see certain smaller pieces of text that sometimes gives you actual puzzle information and sometimes just by text, just for the fun of it. Okay, let's go see what we got there. But it's a really beautiful game, I think. They really did put a lot of effort in building the game. It's just this thing frustrates the crap out of me. And I think in the beginning it was not an issue because you see new stuff basically every day. Okay, let's see. Trading post, root cellar. I think root cellar. Root cellar brings more of these dig spots inside. This is also where you get to see the family tree because it's connected to the roots. I think that was a pretty cute connection. So it's not that we need it, yeah, but you can see, you can zoom in on stuff. I think this connects to your mother that went missing, but you find out kind of the reason to that a bit later on. Okay, there's nothing else in here. But if I do get a shovel, I want to come back to this room. Maybe, if we've got enough steps. Yeah. So at the moment, in the previous session, I was able to open an area around here, I think, that you can access via this, which is also something that you have to unlock. And then you can get into the underground now in a shortcut that saves you a lot of time. But there's still some... I need to figure something out in the pump room so that I can get easy access to the foundation. But first I need to find the pump room again. And then I have to figure out the pump room puzzle again. Okay, let's see where we get in the workshop. Okay. So this lockpick kit allows you to sometimes unlock certain things. I want to see, you can't combine... You can't combine those, no. Also not that, okay, cool. When is there one more potential? No. And now that external room allows these to pop up in different other rooms, these little piles of dirt. Hey, we've got a coin purse. Each time you collect 3 gold, you get 1 extra gold. Gymnasium, observatory. Thinking observatory. What are you gonna give me? Give me free things. Don't give me in dead ends again. Okay, that's free gems. Rooms with 4 doors are more common, which is good for exploring. Apples are extra delicious. Amazing. 1 extra key and the twins. Pair of chests has been added to the entrance door. So chests you can open with keys, or if I've got the sledgehammer I can also open them that way. You can just break off the thingamajig. Okay. The lock. Archives, my least favorite room, because if you take archives, sure you can have a lot of entrances and exits, but if you take it, one of these floor plans become blacked out. That is so frustrating. Okay, let's see. I can buy a shovel. Fantastic. Let's also buy a salt shaker. I can't do a key right now. I'll rather save for key. Hey, more coins. And 1 more coin. Okay, fantastic. That's gonna work out well. I think the cloister is brilliant, actually. So, okay, this is gonna be a big spoiler, so if you don't want to be spoiled, look away. But if you don't care, this is how you enter the cloister. Gives you access to some things to dig, some of the dirt balls to dig. Also gives you a special node and I think a desk or something here in the back. But you find out how to unlock this later. Wait, I think I want to buy a key. Okay, we've got 2 keys at least. Yeah. But yeah, sometimes you're like, okay, but how am I supposed to get there? And you don't know for like 10 episodes, and then eventually you figure out how to get to a certain place. Definitely not the laboratory. Should I do the utility closet? No, we can redraw. Redraw is going to give us cash. Because we still have that other... what was it? Offering bonus. Wait, can we rotate floor plans because we have got the dove coat here? That is interesting. Oh, you can rotate the dove coats. Okay, that's interesting. I don't think I'm gonna take the dove coats. Master bedroom though. Do I have access there? Actually. Okay. Is this the room I'm thinking of? It's not the room I'm thinking of. At least there's a gym. Yeah. So, yeah, this is the master bedroom. I'm looking for the ladies' master bedroom. Forget what you call it. One step for each room in your house. Okay, at least it gave us some steps. But I found a key that can open a special... What was a diary? But I'll have to go and retrieve both if I want to do that. Let's just do a spare room there. I can't do that. Lose half steps is so terrible. Do I have a way to get my steps back? Ugh, we have enough steps. I might be able to get it back, but this is painful. Just lost half of my steps because I decided to do my workout routine in the middle of the day. Okay, let's see if we can get back out. I think let's do... I don't really want to do the Great Hall here. Great Hall just has a bunch of closed doors, but behind one of these doors is something special. Okay, cool. Let's break these. Oh, I can't break them open, but I can unlock them. Okay, that was lucky. Gave me keys. And some cash. Yeah, I am just gonna head out quick and then dig up those other dig spots outside because there were a bunch. We might get more food, which can get us more steps. Otherwise, gems, sometimes just garbage. Them are the rules. Okay, let's see what we get. Pebbles. Fantastic. I can use that to throw the crows with. Not really, yeah. You can't do that. You can't really do that. Okay, we got a little bit more cash. Another key. Wouldn't mind another turnip. Okay, nothing. Okay. Cool. Let's head back. And then, even though... Okay, so this is like a kind of a tip for the game if you ever want to play it. Even though the game tells you you're not supposed to take items in or out the mansion. I might be... Or at least what it said here. You can't do it. You can do it. So, I either... What it says here, I misinterpreted, or you are just not listening to them and doing whatever you want to. That I'm not sure. I think it says not on the property, maybe. But then I don't know why your tent is outside. But that's okay. Let's see what we can grab here. Okay, some more dig spots. But now the game is like super chill. It is actually a lot of fun. But if you want to actually 100% it, I think you're gonna maybe invest like a year in it. That's how it feels to me. Depending on how often you play. We got a turnip. Okay, cool. We've got extra steps. We're making up for the steps that we lost. I can't do the walk-in closet even if I wanted to. I don't really want to do the billiard room because it's pain in the ass and I want more steps. And I know there's usually always fruit here. I think corridor. Yeah. Another strategy that you might want to employ is trying to get these rooms in the beginning filled out, because they tend not to be locked and they tend to give you resources so that you can get in further into the game. Just do a west wing. I think the gardener went a bit crazy and he started like creating new spots for plants to grow where he wasn't supposed to. Mirror of Chambers is not impossible, yeah. Let's see what this opens up, that side. We might be able to wrap around, open this side, and then go back. At least the weight room doesn't half your steps every time. It's only the first time. Let's do bedroom. So the garage actually allows you to get outside this house. Outside of the house, if you've got the right things. And that allows you to get into the front entrance hall a bit easier. I don't know if there was other uses to it. This is gonna help me get there, but it's gonna lock me in a tiny bit. I might just do this stupid puzzle. Okay, 2. This one we had earlier, that's 15. We also had this one earlier. What was this again? That was -3, that's 1. What on earth? Oh, okay, it's in all 3 of them. 3, so that's... Okay, I see what's happening here. Okay, so this is basically, it's dividing the 20 by 3, but you don't have to worry so much about this, because in this one it's multiplied by 3, and this one is multiplied by 2. But this plus that is times 3, so it's... Let's see... This would stay 20, and that would be 20, then it would be 40. But what is this? This is minus, but then it would be 30. You can't get 30 on this. Let me try this again. 20. I have to go hops. Hope you get some good runs. Thank you very much. And thank you for joining in, Moon. I appreciate it. And I hope you have a lovely day as well. Thank you. Hop away and enjoy your day. Bye. Okay, so... What is this? That is... Yellow. Yellow is minus. Why do I always have to check? Do I need to check because the answer I'm getting doesn't make sense? So we technically starting with -10, right? -10 plus 20 is 10. Let me just do this on a calculator. I feel you don't need a calculator for this. I might just be messing something up. Okay, so we've got -10 plus... I can't do it. I need like a scientific calculator for this. Do I have a scientific calculator? I do have a scientific calculator. Can I do all of it in one go? Let's see. Actually, this is not gonna help because it's on Windows. Okay, so that's -10. 20 divided by 3 is gonna give me 6,6, whatever. Times 3 is gonna give me 20 again. Okay, that I know. That's gonna be 6 point something, and that's gonna be 12 point something. But that's all too much. See, yeah, again, I don't know what the answer is for this, because that should be 40. Like I thought earlier, and 40 minus 10 is 30, and you can't get 30. So I'm gonna ignore trying to solve it and move on. It's solvable, I just don't know what I have to solve, unfortunately. Okay, so... let's quickly go. Did I click this button? Yes, okay, cool. Opens up something on the side, and we at least... So if you can get 2 bedrooms next to each other, because if you've got the chamber of mirrors and the bedrooms, you can potentially get another bedrooms right next to it, and then you can get infinite steps if you don't mind walking up and down them the whole time. Okay, we've got a gem. Open up that section. As you can see, there's another bunch of rooms at the top, which you can get to if you get to the center layer. But for now, we're just trying to find some stuff to try and unlock some of the other puzzles. Let's see if we can get through to the chamber from here. I do not want to do another weight room. Thank you. I have done enough exercise. Oh, so this can actually spawn in this room. Cool. More steps. Fantastic. Okay. Let's press that. Grab this. Press this. And then we already have access all the way through here. Let's do this. It's that one. Does this one do something? Yeah, it closes something. And this one opened up that side. Yeah. So as you can see, these actually go into the roof, which will become important later, but not right now. And we've got plenty of steps, plenty of gems, plenty of keys. Still have a way through the spare room and weight room, so got a potential to keep on going. Like I said, there is something behind one of these doors. There is a way also to know behind which door, but at the moment I do not have access to that information. Can this weight room stop appearing? Can this archives also stop appearing? I'm sure we're gonna lose the steps again, so I'm just gonna do a storeroom. Oh, there's 2 dig spots. Oh, fantastic. More pebbles. I definitely needed pebbles. Oh wait, there's another one. There's 3 dig spots. Okay, cool. We've got some coins, extra key, and an extra gem. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I hope this pans out for us. Hey, more steps. Passageway would be the best option, yeah. Rotunda is not too bad either. Courtyard would be pretty great. Maybe we can get... Okay, so the courtyard sometimes has items like this, the metal detector, which allows you to be able to draw more or find more coins and find more keys around the house. I wish we could use the brick for something. Just wish we could use one of these items or something. But there is something that you can dig up that you can actually use. Let's see. Just a guest bedroom, or should I do utility closet? I think utility closet because we do not have a way to open the electronic doors at the moment. Now I just open for security. Okay, gymnasium off, garage on. Even here is a puzzle. Even here is a puzzle. So you just have to keep on looking out in every room. See what you can find. Code check. Yeah, maybe. I think so. Let's grab the sledgehammer. Maybe we get to combine the stuff that I'm looking for. Check item. Retrieve item. Got sledgehammer, but I need 2 other things to make it useful. We can combine the metal detector, lockpick. Magnifying glass can combine with the metal detector. I don't know what the rest do. Okay. Passageway. See what else we get. Okay, see, I don't need to use the keys if I don't need to. Oh, this is so painful. I can put the dark room here. We've got the utility closet right behind me. Okay, so you'll see the power goes off here. But then you can go back to the utility closet and go and put it on again. That always trips, so you can't preemptively put the power on, unfortunately. And then you don't have to deal with it. Plus, if you do that, you actually get access to information around the house. So here's another clue for one of the puzzles. Oh, okay, fantastic. Okay. I need one more thing. Do I have? I've got the workshop. I've got the sledgehammer. I have now the battery pack. Now we just need the broken lever. And then I can make the special sledgehammer, as far as I remember. As far as I remember. Yeah, you can also see this is another room where the power could run through. Potentially. And we've got a boiler room. Do I do the boiler room? Yeah, why not? So this you need along with the laboratory. I don't think power runs through, yeah. Okay, we can open this up so long. Let's first do the power. I'll have to run it through that side. Can run it through the dark room, I think through the passage, if we can get a laboratory there. Or if I can spawn a laboratory right there, that would be fantastic as well. But it is so freaking unlikely. I don't really want to do weight room, but I might do weight room in anyway, just so that it can continue pushing the power through. Because it's eating up all of my movements. You can power the laundry room. There's something else you can do in the laundry room if it's powered. Ugh, I don't want to do the archives, but I have to. I don't have gems now. This game can be so mean. So the reason why I don't like this room at all is because I don't know what one of the things that I draw I cannot see. I should not have used that. I should have checked first. Seems like this connects to the power somehow. Is this the laboratory? It's a furnace. I'll take it. So if you power the furnace, you get a key, but it's just a standard key, but it's not a key, you know? I wonder if it increases the heat of this room. Okay, so I want laboratory. Oh, wait, we need security to be able to get through there. I want laboratory or freezer. We might not even be able to get through though. We'll see. Plus I just spent a bunch of my steps. Here's some dig spots at least. I don't have many steps left. Okay. Oh, okay, well that didn't really pan out in the way that I was hoping. But let's hope from here I have access to some stuff. There's also other places to dig up here. An old shoe. Unfortunately I can't eat old shoes. Another old shoe. We've got a pair of old shoes. We can start work, I guess. And pebbles. That was so fruitless. No fruit was gathered. Completely fruitless to Lockpick didn't work. Another freaking gymnasium, not a freaking chance. I'll do chapel here. Don't need to go through here. I should have tried the lockpick first. I can't get either. What am I gonna get here? Amazing. I'm not gonna use that. We have found the bathroom. It is just a dead end. You can't run power through here, no. Okay, so unless we can get, what is it called? Unless we can get the security room, I cannot actually do anything now. And our steps are like almost done. I can't go through there if I do not have the security room. Funeral parlor. We do the funeral parlor puzzle, get a lot of gemstones. Otherwise, we lose half of our steps. Okay, let's see. There's only one true statement. That's usually true. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Could be. And there are 2 true statements. There are 2 true statements. The gems are in a box with a false statement. Okay. If this one is true, if there are 2 true statements, it would have to be this one. And if it's this one, the gems are in the box with a false statement, it would be in here because there's only one true statement. It's false. If this one is false, then this one is true. And there's only one true statement, then this would have to be false. Then the gems on a box with a... I don't know if it's the gems on a box with a true statement then, because it's not necessarily. It could be... No, wait. The gems would be in this one, but if it's in one of these... The gems on a box, then this would be true. This could be true. There's only one true statement, and the gems could be in here. Meaning this is false, and this is false. Meaning that's true. Or there are 2 true statements, meaning this one and this one. Meaning it's in this box. I don't know which one it is. Let's just try. Okay, cool. We got it. That's a crap ton of gems. Just use the lockpick. Stop forgetting about it. Okay, we already have archive, so we... Oh, wait. Is there not going to be 2 blacked out thingies? Okay, so here's something you see in the back of the foundation, which is pretty useful, but we don't need it right now. And I think we are stuck. We can't get anywhere further. Okay, I am going to see if I can get back to the code check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which we can. And then I'm just going to put an item back in there. And then I'm going to call it another day. And that would be our last day for now. Wait, did I even try this side? I did not. Have I ever summoned the mechanarium? I have not. Screw the code check. What is this? What does this do? I don't know how this works. Why can you go to the side? Ooh, is this the backup chamber? Oh, so you can... This is the place where the antechambers backup entrances are. Well, I think that's what you would call it. Let's try the lockpick. Did not work. Okay, we've got security. So I have access to the rest. Okay, so there's actually a backup one in the mechanarium. That's cool. Let's try that. Did not work. Okay, we're not done yet. We do have 5 steps though. Which isn't much. I need to go change this up, which is also going to eat a step, but if I can at least get to those last 2 rooms, I would be happy. Keycard system. We need to, yeah, it's keycard system, and then change how this works. You can set this to, wait, that's not what I want to do. Set this to high, confirm, and then change the offline mode. Okay. Now we oh, and this is how you can get to the antechamber. But more importantly, I need to know what this is, because I have not seen this. Okay, cool. Finally, I have these. So these are drawings. I just want to save where they were. So let's do this. It's this one again. I'm gonna rename it to rank. This is rank 9. Then column 2. So in this drawing, I have to now figure out what 2 words are very closely related. Like with the airplane and the lamp. Could be something else. It could be like the fire in the lamp. It could be what's in the lamp. I think lamp and something. Lamp and... not lap would make sense. Lamp, no. Palm. That's the latest, but it's not this thing. I'll have to figure it out a bit later. I don't know precisely what this one could be. Airplane, plane. Air. No, also not. There are birds. And then there are also clouds. The airplane has wings. I'll have to check that one out. Not sure. Lamp. Gas? No. But it should give me a letter eventually. Okay, at least I've got that now, so I can add that to the drawings puzzle. Wine cellar. Let's just pop this one in. I don't even know what it is. This might just give us steps. Okay, so this is the other thing I'm interested in. So we've got a chief here. And we've got a chef here. No, I think I have seen this one before. So chief and chef would be the eyes missing. Okay, so I did have this room before. Okay, this one I did have before. I think I have those 2. I just needed this one to figure out the rest. Hopefully. But just to quickly show, so here's the drawings puzzle. I now have this one. Let's just make it bigger. Bit smaller. Lamp. I also wasn't sure what this one is, and I think that's an E. Create and crate. Create and crate, yeah. Chief and chef. And then these 2 I just have to figure out. But yeah, then I should have the whole drawings puzzle, except for whatever that letter is. But I'm sure I can fill in that letter as soon as I have these. 5-letter word. Could be in the... That could be an N, like plane, 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 pain? No. In the... No. In the count small. No, that doesn't make sense. It's probably something else. I'll check what it is at my own leisure, because I don't want to get stuck on this for too long. Unless I want to finish the episode that way. Okay, that's not going to do nothing. I don't think that's going to do anything Hey, we've got 3 extra steps. That's gonna do something. I was hoping for extra steps. We're not gonna get back there though. Security is set up. Let's go down the west wing wall. So we could, just for the fun of it, go into the antechamber, then I can at least show everyone what the antechamber is like, who hasn't seen it yet. So as soon as you get into the antechamber, this happens. Get a little message to continue up, you must go down, and you get the basement key. And this is room 46. You can get into the basement through the foundation. If you can get this key outside, there's another place also you can do that. But then you also have to have enough steps to come back here after that massive journey, which is just a pain in the ass. But we are gonna end up down here unless I get a fruit here. I get a coin. Coin is not gonna help me with getting energy. Let's try the lockpick. Did not work. Study won't help. What is this? Is it gonna give us steps? It is not gonna give us steps. Okay, but anyway, it's in the day. Yeah, we've run out of steps. You know what? My throat is actually starting to get sore, so I might actually call the day, yeah. But yeah, thank you for following along. I'm your host, Pop Sparkle Doom, signing off. And thank you for following along. I'll still be uploading stuff onto YouTube every now and then, but I want to go and put all of my energy now into creating that other thing for the channel, so I'm going to be away for a while, at least on Twitch. And a little bit on YouTube as well. And definitely on TikTok. TikTok will probably have to wait the longest. But when I'm back, hopefully things will be a little bit more exciting. Other than that, that's actually cool. I've never seen this with like all of the diggity goals. And I think that's because of the root stars. But yeah, that's me. As always, keep on shining.